Lovely to meet you.
You too.
So, you work for PPG.
Yep.
And your job title, PPG is General Manager for the Americas. Is that right?
That is right.
So tell me, how did you get into that position and how have you been at PPG for?
Thank you for asking. So I've been with PPG almost 20 years. So I studied chemical engineering in Pittsburgh, and PPG was hiring for technical sales. So took the opportunity, started with our industrial coatings business almost 20 years ago, and I'm still here. So I took the general manager job about 5 months ago.
That's it.
Yeah.
So a newbie, really.
I am very new to can making, but loving it so far.
Is this your first lesson can then?
It is. Yes.
So what do you think so far?
It's been great. We've had some great customer interactions. We hosted the welcome dinner last night, which was fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's been a really, really good event. And this is an incredibly important region for us, for PPG and packaging, LATAM. So it's been a wonderful few days.
So tell me a little more about your role in PPG. How did you get into the coating side? What happened? How did that happen?
So that was my first job, was selling coatings and industrial coatings out of Michigan. And PPG has several different business units under the PPG umbrella.
Yes.
We sell coatings in aerospace, in automotive refinish, packaging, of course, marine. Our industrial coatings business is a catch-all for anything that's not a car or boat or airplane. And so we sell to a variety of different markets in industrial. So I've been in coatings for almost 20 years.
And then you left to go to...
I went to architectural first. So halls, walls, buildings.
Oh, my goodness.
And I ran our PPG paint store business. Yeah. And then had the opportunity to come over here late last year to run the Americas. And it was a fantastic opportunity, great learning for me to learn a new industry. It's fascinating. I didn't appreciate how technical it is to coat a can or metal container. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I've been doing it for nearly 30 years, and I still listen to these presentations and think, I should know those.
It's unbelievably technical. You don't appreciate how technical it is and how hard it is to come up with a coating that can function the way it does to protect us and protect the can. So
my next question is, as you've done this for so long, I guess you've come up against the fact there are so many guys, males in the industry, dominated by males.
Yes.
How have you found that and how have you coped?
Yeah, so it's been like that my whole career. Although when I started in sales, our sales director was a female. And so that was really cool to be able to say, maybe one day I'll be the sales director. So it was nice to have a role model in that position. And she was fantastic in that she would reach into the organization several levels below her to see how I was doing. What did I need? How was it going? She was a great asset for me and took time out of a really busy schedule.
She inspired you to be
absolutely. And the fact that she would reach out to me and take time to see how I was doing in a male-dominated environment was fascinating and a great learning.
Do you think maybe that women in a male-dominated environment are far more inspirational because of the situation they find themselves in?
I think we need to see that as anyone from a diverse background. It's so helpful to see diversity in the leadership ranks. But I think the leader has to also be one that inspires, reaches out, takes the time to cultivate that talent and give them an opportunity to be seen, be heard, take on a special project, stretch them in a role. So it's good to see that diversity in leadership, but I think the leader has to really take it upon themselves to inspire and
instill confidence.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if she would have operated differently, it may have been a different story for me. So
how can we get more women into the industry, do you think? Because do you think that women are frightened of coming into a male-dominated industry, or is it because they don't know about it?
I think it's awareness. From my perspective, it's awareness. I think we're seeing more and more women in the chemical industry, and I don't think there might be some fear at times to take a job, apply for something that might be a stretch, but I think it's more awareness in the chemical industry of what the opportunities are. And I imagine, when I was in high school, I knew about the chemical industry and chemical engineering because my father was in it. So it was that awareness to know, this is interesting and I can go there. But had I not had that exposure, I don't know that I would have even known it was an option.
We were talking about this the other day. Because when you go to school,
when I went to school, the options were so small.
Absolutely.
For a woman. And it was, I was going to be a nurse maybe, or teacher, or nothing else.
Exactly. And it's the more obvious.
Housewife.
Yeah, exactly. And
Or
so,
house manager. Apparently we're called house managers now.
oh, I didn't do that.
Anyway.
Yeah, so for me, it was, having family members that were in the chemical industry that exposed me to it. And they also took time out of their day, of course, my father, but, I wanted to be a chemist. And he's like, why not try chemical engineering? There's so many things you can do in chemical engineering. And as well as a chemist, I didn't even know what chemical engineering was at the time. So I had to have someone reach out and help me understand these other opportunities that
So your father was your sort of driving force.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
So
lovely.
It was great.
That's such a nice story to hear, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because my father was a civil engineer and he doesn't ever suggest that I should have been an engineer.
It's so interesting.
I'm now thinking, I'm thinking he's dead. I can't say to him, why didn't you
That
do
is
it?
interesting. Yeah, he was my hero, and he was amazing and really inspired me. When I was little, he would teach me, different chemicals and challenge me, and I spent time with him throughout, his career, and so it was nice to kind of get that.
So how can we encourage women to join our industry? I mean, do you think those guys at the top need to start educating?
I think so. I think there's, for example, in Pittsburgh, taking time to go to universities, maybe high schools, and talk about the different opportunities that exist. And PPG does that today, which is great. Probably need to do more of it, right? From a career fair perspective, or, going to high schools and talking about different opportunities. So I think it's any way you can get the word out. Social media, right? But I think it's that awareness that
And maybe
prevents.
also support. We need to make sure that I think women have support, don't we, in the industry?
Absolutely.
Because maybe it's not there.
Yeah.
I think probably most women suffer in silence, don't they?
Well,
We think we can do it, and we can't.
I think it's that imposter syndrome, right? You doubt yourself.
Yes,
and so I've had throughout my career many times where I've really tried to push a younger female to apply for a job or put herself out there. And you're afraid to. But I don't see men being afraid to do that most cases.
No,
it's a female thing, I believe, in many cases. You have that self-doubt. Am I ready? This seems like a stretch. And I've been lucky to have mentors and people within my network that pushed me. So
It's funny, but I think it's a strange situation we still find ourselves in.
it is.
But we have to change it.
Yeah.
And actually, we're going to do this through Canmaking News. That's why we're doing the new call.
Yeah.
So finally, any secrets you can share with me in future projects with PPG?
Yeah, so we've been very busy in the past few years really localizing our supply chain. So for us, that's been a huge undertaking. There's been so much disruption. Really making sure we've got our products local for our customers. For example, LATAM, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, products as close as possible to make it as efficient as possible and reliable as possible with redundancy. And then regulations continue to swirl in this global environment of packaging. So a lot of our innovation is around how do we eliminate materials of concern. So we were the first to commercialize non-BPA 10 years ago. We're going to continue to be the leader in regulations and making sure we're ready when they come.
And that's what the industry needs, isn't it? Kind of music swinging.
Yeah, you can't wait because it'll come fast. You won't be ready. So that's our mission.
Fantastic. We'll watch it then.
Yes.
Read all about it. So I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you
for speaking to me. And tell me again what you do, what you kind of do.
Yeah, so I am the general manager of the Americas. Yeah. So I have a full team underneath me, really operating to execute our strategy as the global packaging business. But as I see it, it's really delighting our customers every single day. So making sure all our functions are really thinking about our customers and how we support them today and in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
It's been a long time, 1 year, as we also each other.
Yes.
At Latin Co.
Mm-hmm.
And you look lovely, as always. And you're well now, of course.
Yes, I am.
Improving
Improving each day.
Good.
So,
we're promoting women at Latin Co.
great.
I know, it's about time somebody did.
Yes, absolutely.
So I want to ask you some questions. Tell me about you and your role at the moment with Waistline and your business background, please.
Okay, well, as you know, I've been in the shipping business for over 30 years, mostly focused on this niche market with the can business. As a result, I was offered an opportunity by Waistline and Associates to join them a year ago. And it has been a wonderful journey, one of learning and, being exposed to the equipment side of the business as opposed to just moving the machinery around. I've learned a lot. I have great teams behind me. And it's a great way for me to end my career. I will end my career at Ridgeline.
Are you traveling quite a lot?
Yes, I am. I go with the businesses. I do, of course, the trade shows and, do years of contacts of friends who supported me. I've been really fortunate to be able to do this.
So how have you found working in the industry? Because it's so totally different from logistics, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So how have you found it? I mean, there are very few women in the industry. It is male. No, I don't want to say male-dominated because that sounds as though that's a bad thing, and it's not. But how have you found working with the guys in the industry as a woman?
I've been incredibly fortunate to meet a whole bunch of really nice guys. I mean, if you go with that, and I think the majority of people in the industry want to support one another. I've also seen a growth in the number of women who attend a lot of these trade shows, who are present at meetings. And I think overall it's going in the right direction.
Yes.
We have a lot of work to do still, however, because there's compared to them, 20%, if we're lucky, of the women here at this show, for example.
Yeah, was it there very few?
Yeah, there are very few women. But compared to what was 20 years ago, it's improving.
So how do you think we can help gain women exposure in the industry and to actually join the industry? How can we make it more attractive? Because I'm sure it's the subject matter probably that puts women off, maybe.
Yeah, I would say that is true, Janice. But I think education is key to opening possibilities for a young woman going into the workforce. I think we've been socialized to be in certain roles, and if you educate young girls at an early age that really the sky's the limit and you can do anything you want.
Yeah. So it's surely models. It's down to each individual company. That's for the guys at the top.
Yes.
To start pursuing this.
Agreed.
And persuading women to join the industry, don't you think?
Yeah, make it palatable, attractive for women to join engineering, for example. I know Ridgeline has a mentorship program as well as an internship. So we from the university in St. Louis, we get a lot of young women.
My thought is, presumably, an apprenticeship scheme would be great because then women can actually join this and become great engineers.
Yes, and I think that through education and encouraging women and empowering one another. Yeah, and that is so the Women's Forum at Ridgeline is a platform where we can talk about problems with work or educational platforms where we can learn from each other, life experiences. We do fireside chats where we'll have somebody who's senior and has had experiences on the job that can share with the younger people.
Yes.
Just to get ideas as to how to navigate within the current state of things.
Yeah. So it's not easy though, is it?
No, it isn't. But again, leadership, if the leadership is needed, it helps. And we have a steering committee that kind of guides the groups. And then we're always open for ideas. And we have young women who are excited about this.
Yes.
And can contribute. Fresh eyes, fresh ideas, young minds, they're the future.
Yes, I totally agree with you. So going back to Ridgeline, any future projects that you can tell me about? What's happening?
Well, right now, the can business seems to be picking up again. We don't have anything in the pipeline that I can discuss at this point. Yeah. But we're busy. And we have the data management system. We have the UVBC and a couple of other pieces of equipment that we're busy promoting, including the spiral accumulation conveyor.
Yeah.
So
you're loving it.
Yeah, I am.
It was the right move.
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, like I said, I've just done so much. And it's great to be active in a new environment.
Yeah. We talked earlier about the need, possibly, for an association in the can-making industry for women.
Yes.
Because women need the support. Now, I know you're really for this, aren't you?
Absolutely.
What do you think? We can do this?
I think it's important as the number of women in the industry grow. And as we become more relevant in can making, I believe it would be important for us to come together and again support and empower one another as we move up in our careers in the packaging industry.
So we need to do this.
We need to do it for sure. Count me in.
Okay.
Okay.
We will then. This time next year, who knows what might happen.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
I want to thank you very much.
No, thank you.
It's been so lovely to speak to you. And you're such a dear friend.
Thank you.
Have a great show.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi, Shell. It's really nice to see you after a year. Let me ask you some questions about women in the metal packaging industry. Tell me about you and your background. Tell me how you got involved in this.
So I've currently been in the packaging over 12 years, but I've developed my role since the age of 17. I've been in logistics for a very long time. I started working for many different companies. I kind of fell into projects in packaging. I developed my role. I'm currently a branch manager at UCargo Pacific Logistics.
So you work for UCargo?
I do, yeah.
But isn't your role changing and you're moving on to something else?
Well, I'm going to develop my role, kind of be attending more conferences, be more customer facing. So that's going to be coming in a few months' time.
So more travel?
More travel, yeah. I do enjoy travelling, meeting people. I think it's really important to be customer facing and networking. So
as a woman, how do you find the metal packaging industry and working within it? Is it easy?
I do find it easy. There should be more women in it. I think more women need more support, obviously, to develop it in that way.
So what opportunities do you think are out there for women to help get into the industry?
I mean, I don't really see many opportunities. I think there are women in the industry, but I think there needs to be more of a platform for women, obviously, to have more training, more progression. That's how I think anyway.
So how can we help women get more exposure, do you think?
So I think if a platform was created within the packaging industry for training, trying to get more people in, it's a very technical industry, but I think having women in it, I think it's very important. So
don't you think maybe the senior guide at the top ought to start looking into this and maybe helping women to get into the industry and making it more possible?
I personally think that's good. I think if there's more support coming from the top, then that obviously will help push people in the right direction. So
the answer is to get more women involved in the industry. So how do you make it more attractive? Because I remember when I first started, cans, I thought, they're so boring. Yeah, but you can find anything. But a can can be great, can't it? And it can be attractive, and the decorating is amazing. So I think what you have to do is maybe help women understand it's not just about technology.
No, you can make canning sexy, so...
You can make cans sexy. Yeah, actually, it's a really good idea. We ought to actually develop a can, a sexy can or something. Yes, no, don't do that. So, Sharon, on a final note, can you tell me about the future or present projects that UCargo are handling at the moment?
We're currently handling a project in partnership with UTC for Stolly, which is all going to Mexico. We're currently still handling it. It is coming up to end. We've been handling it since last year, or since last November. It's very heavily involved. It's air freight, sea freight. A lot of it has gone sea, but we've been handling out gauge cargo as well. There's a lot of documentation involved because it's Mexico, but we've been very proud on to handle this project.
So very challenging.
Very challenging, but Mexico is.
Yeah, we get more like this from the show.
I hope so. That's the reason that I'm here.
Well, it's been lovely talking to you. I wish you luck with the show and hope you get lots and lots of business.
Thanks, Janice.
And again, who do you work for?
UCargo Pacific Logistics.
And you're based where?
Manchester.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Cheryl.
Thanks, John.
Hello. How are you? Valentina, I haven't met you before, but you're helping to run your family business by handling all the money for your own finance for the company, which is called Van Copper.
Yeah.
So what does your company do?
I'm currently in the financial department of the company. And my background is that I'm graduated in business administration, and then I worked in an audit firm. And then 1 year ago, I decided to join my family company. So for me, it's very important, these things, and it's everything is new for me in this.
It's a family business, is that right?
Yeah.
So who works in the company with yourself? Your father?
My father, my auntie, my brother.
And your auntie?
Yeah, my auntie is the CFO. Yeah. Is the CFO. And so I probably take the place of my auntie.
And your auntie.
Yeah.
So tell me about working in this industry, because it's fairly male-oriented.
Yeah.
How have you found it yourself as a female working in the can-making industry?
Well, to be honest, it's hard because I see that women have to face men that often doesn't take seriously. But
I agree with that.
But I think the change has started and it's people are starting to change their mind.
Yes.
So it's important, these things, and I think that women can take part of this sector.
Yeah. How do you think we can help it change, though? Because it's important for women to be accepted in the industry. I think they are being accepted.
Yeah.
How can we help change happen and also to encourage more women
Yeah.
to come into the industry?
I think that people have to give women key positions.
Yes.
So, for example, to be managers, director, chiefs.
So what you're saying is that basically women need to be given the opportunities by the guys at the top who are actually running the companies.
Yeah.
And they need to encourage women to do this.
I think that you have to believe in women, to believe in their talent,
Yeah.
and to give in their responsibilities and also key roles. For example, yes, manager, directors, and
Yes.
chiefs. But also, I see, for example, a lot of women directly involved in the productive process. So, for example, also in the quality control
The
process.
manufacturing.
Yes. Manufacturing.
Yes.
Yes. So, on one hand, we have key positions, okay, but on the other hand, also giving their responsibility roles in the manufacturing.
Okay, I understand that. So in your company, how many women are there? Do you have quite a few?
We are 7.
Seven?
Yeah, and the total of employees are 27. So
Oh, it's a small company, but it's...
it's a company, but now we are 7, and it seems few, but if we compared to the past,
Yeah.
I believe 20 years ago, they were 3. So
Yeah, oh, so it's incredible.
yeah,
It's changing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So I guess the aim one day is for your father to retire, and then you might take over. Do you think? Do you think you will? Yeah. is he going to listen to this? Excuse me, tell me. So you might take over. So that would be fantastic. And your auntie, I guess she helps you quite a bit too, doesn't she?
Yeah. He's very nice with me.
Yeah.
She's teaching me a lot of things.
Yes.
And it's important.
And so Latin Can, have you been to Latin Can before?
No, it's the first time.
The first time. How are you finding it?
Yeah, I found very nice.
Yeah.
And I'm here to talk with the existing clients, because yes, the sector is very specific, and we have the existing client here, and I'm here representing the new generation. So
Yes.
it's
how it should be.
yeah, it's important for me to make me know to carry on the business.
Yes.
And so I'm here with my brother and another colleague, and it's important because we are the new generation carry on the.
No, it's very important.
Yeah.
So when you go back, are you here for the whole of the show?
Yes, I'm here today and tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. So finally, can you remind us about Zen Copper and what you do as a company?
Yeah. The copy are involved in the construction and the assembly and installation of conveying system for two-piece can, in particular on empty can.
Amazing. Well, look, it's been so lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
And I think you are an inspiration to women and to younger women, definitely in this industry.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for listening to the interview until they come.
Thank you.
So, Vivian, let me introduce you to everybody. You are Vivian Brotherbeck, Global Sales Support Manager for Specmetrics.
That is correct.
Now, tell me about Specmetrics and Sensory Analytics first, with clear the air, sorry, because
Sure.
we're not sure what to say. Right, 2 different names.
Definitely. No, not 2 different names. So the name of the company is Sensory Analytics.
Yes.
But the product brand is Specmetrics.
Okay.
Globally, everybody recognizes now Specmetrics as the tool of measurement for coatings.
The coatings.
For coatings, correct.
Okay. That's cleared the air now.
Yes.
How long have you been there for, Vivian?
Wow.
And then...
you asked me that,
I remember you for such a long time, I know.
Yes, actually, I'm going to be 18 years with Sensory Analytics.
Wow.
Yeah, ever since the company started. It'll be 20 years soon, so yeah.
And so how did you get involved in Sensory Analytics?
No, it's funny. So I relocated to Greensboro, North Carolina. That's where the company's based. And of course, you see the ad, and I was fascinated. I went to their website, and I saw the technology, the innovative technology. So I was fascinated. I was intimidated at first.
Yes.
Because they were talking about aerospace coatings,
Yep.
some automotive. I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I took the challenge. I interviewed, I took the job, and I've been in love with the product ever since.
So what was your background initially? Did you study engineering or land engineering?
No, actually, I'm in mostly in the international business. That was my passion. Of course, me being bilingual, I'm always attracted to the Latin American market and, of course, Spain. And then I thought that was an opportunity for me to take the technology to that market.
And so today you presented in Spanish.
I did. My first time.
You're bilingual, so how did you
gosh, I know, right? It's not that easy, Janice. I mean, I've done all the presentations in English before, and I thought, Argentina, the first time, I wanted to deliver and communicate the benefits of the system. I wanted to do it effectively, so I wanted to go ahead and try it in Spanish for the first time. I read a lot of my notes because I was afraid that my brain was going to have a cramp and it switched to English. It's happened to me before.
It's not easy. We had headphones, of course. Yeah. So we're listening to it was being translated. Not the same as when you're speaking in actual English. Surely it's translated.
That is correct. I didn't want things to get missing in the translation, so I wanted to provide a full description of the benefits of the equipment.
So it was a good presentation.
Thank you.
Now my next question is: so we're all working in this male-dominated industry. How difficult has it been, or has it not been difficult?
Very good question. I remember coming to the LATAM Can show, even the other shows, other conferences like IMDPA, and that was the first notable thing that I saw. I was like, wow, this is male-dominated. In fact, I have my daughter with me here at the event, and she says, Mom, there's a lot of guys. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, wow. I said, yeah, but it's changing. And it hasn't been difficult. I mean, it is amazing. We're losing a lot of talent. A lot of our guys, a lot of our men are leaving or retiring.
Yes.
So, but I see a new wave of new faces, young engineers and more women, which is great.
So you're seeing women being encouraged by who? By the people at the top?
I think by people up from the top, but I do think that we need to promote that industry. Yes. I really do. I think even my daughter was fascinated about all we do in Canmaking. Yeah. I think we need to present this industry to the females.
We need to create awareness.
We do.
And that's probably why there aren't very many women in the industry, just like everything else.
Yeah, I think we need to create that awareness and get them to participate more.
How do you think we can do that one?
Well, I'll give you an example. We're going to be participating at the IMDPA.
Yes.
And I have a coworker of mine. She's in charge of, I think, the golf committee. Mm-hmm. And I've complained that I would love to learn how to play golf, but I need somebody to lead the way. Remember?
We said we were going to learn to play golf. Do you know what? Should I make a pact and learn before September, and then we can go play golf?
That's it. That's the deal.
Should we do it? Yes. Are you actually learning now?
I'm learning. In fact, Trish is teaching. She's going to get the women, hopefully I and BPA, to take a class with her. She'll prepare us so then we can play with the boys.
Do you know I'm going to do it?
Okay.
Because my husband plays golf and my son plays golf. And if they come, or one of them comes, they can actually come out with us anyway. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah, why not? Okay, so there's one thing we can do to meet the boys. But so, do you not think there maybe women need a little bit of support in this industry because of the amount of men who are in it? Because once we become involved, do you not think maybe they could do with support and encouragement?
I think encouragement and also, again, sharing the fact that we are an industry where sustainability, taking care of the environment, we have a metal packaging product that delivers on both of those areas, yes. Sustainability and protecting our environment.
Yes.
So I think women love that. They're motherly by nature. Yeah. So I think that we can get them on board with that as well and get them more involved in those areas.
So we're thinking of actually promoting women in business in this industry a little more, aren't we, and Canmaking news. And this is the reason why we're doing these interviews. And we're trying to find out what women want and what we could do to help. So I'm hoping that from this we can actually go a little bit deeper into it. And then eventually more women coming into the industry. But I think education, again, is key, isn't it, with it?
I think so. It is. And I think maybe even promoting or sending some of this stuff, this podcast, by the way, great.
Yes.
Sharing them with some of the universities, packaging universities,
yes.
So that we can encourage those young females to look at metal packaging as a pathway to a career.
So really what we should do is go into the universities and actually speak to the students about this and tell me what's out there and give them more choices.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a great idea. Get a lot of women to volunteer. we'll have to do that.
So, anything you'd like to tell me about Spec Metrics for the future? Any future plans? Anything new? I know something new happened today.
Yeah, you already kind of beat everyone to the punch there with the announcement.
Yeah.
So we're excited because we are now collaborating with Domingo Gonzalez of Better Cans.
Yes.
Better Cans fits the name, right? So what SpecMetrics has done is we measure coatings across many industries: metal packaging, coil coating, flexible packaging. But that's what we do. We're experts at that,
Yes.
at delivering the light to the application.
Yes.
However, partnering with companies like Better Cans, Domingo understands the whole process of making up the can,
Making of a can.
from the beginning to the
Yes.
end. So he's able to translate the data that SpecMetrics supplies and can tell the can makers exactly what's going on in their process.
Amazing.
It's
So
amazing.
you'll get more business from the can makers because of him, aren't you?
Yeah, well, not only that, but he's able to then help the can maker understand their processes and help them.
Yes, I see. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we can provide you the tools,
Yeah.
but after that, you have to have the experts, the engineers that have that creativity and that innovative thought
Yeah.
where they can take the light and say, hey, this is the data that we can get you, and this is how we can improve the process.
Fantastic. That's amazing news.
It is.
Do they employ women?
Yes!
No.
Sure.
What do you mean? No, I mean, does the new company, Better Can, do they employ women?
Oh, yeah. He better.
I was going to say.
He better cans.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because we need to make sure it does, don't
No,
we?
yeah. Yes.
So he needs to do this.
Yes, for sure. Yes,
Well,
Domingo.
it's been lovely talking to you.
Yes,
And nice to see you
fine.
again after, and we'll have a drink later.
For sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Petra, hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
It's lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much for joining us today. So, you are Head of Technical Support for Beaver. Explain to me about the company and how you started there.
I started there 10 years ago as a trainee. In Germany, we have a special kind of education. And yes, I came there because I have a job appointment. And yes, I first started studying in Germany, but this was not my passion. So I found this job appointment and started there, and it was 10 years ago, and I'm really happy to be a Bibra and being part of the business of technical machines. And
Yes. What do Beaver do?
they're making machines and also liners and ovens for two-piece cans.
Excellent.
Yes.
So, how did you find working with a male-dominated industry? Because it is very male-dominated, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But I have to say, at our company, the half of the design department is women. So we're such a company.
So, there's like half of them are women.
Yes.
So, how many are women are in there?
5 women.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, really cool.
So, obviously, the guy at the top likes the idea of employing women and makes it easy for them to join.
No, there are no women at the top.
Yeah.
But in the design department, there are a lot of women.
Okay.
Because the work is, I think you have to be very focused on the work.
Yeah.
And this is what women can do.
Yeah, really good. You're probably absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, are you technical yourself? Were you technical before you joined?
Yes, I've was very technical from the beginning of my life
Yeah.
because my dad is a technician.
Okay.
He's a mechanic for cars. And I joined him repairing the cars when I was a small girl.
So, can you service a car?
Yes, I do. At my own car, I do.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
My husband's a mechanic too.
Yes.
But he does it all. I don't do anything. I can't even change a telephone. So, what do you think about the industry? I mean, we feel that there aren't very many women in the industry. They need to be encouraged to join.
Yes.
How do you think we can do this? What do you think?
I think a lot encourage has to come from the parents and the familiar environment. But also it has to be easy for girls or young women to go into the companies and be welcome from them. Because
So it's education, really.
yes,
And awareness.
yes, and I'm educating in the company by myself now, and I really like to have all the trainees and get to know to them. And I have to say that I like to work with the girls because they're just so focused on everything and so concentrated and calm. And this is really nice for this job. For a technician job, it is really good.
So you're really enjoying it.
Yes.
So, do you not think we should try and get more women into the industry then somehow?
Yeah.
How do you think is the best way to do that?
I think we have to be aware that there are a lot of women that wants to go to the industry, but they don't know how. Are they just not comfortable to go into the company?
Yes.
So maybe
So it's encouraging and also providing confidence.
yes.
I would imagine. Do you think maybe also there's a need in the can-making industry for women to have some support, for there to be like an association sort of where they can join as a woman in the industry, so they have got the support, whatever that might be?
Oh, that's a good question.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think seeing a lot of women in the industry would be helpful.
Yes.
So maybe, just doing like having it like in a group.
Yeah.
So our women can have other women. So maybe this is helpful.
Yeah.
So to see other women that got to this point of their life where they can have the job they want. So it's not
We can have it all, that's what you're
Yes.
saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's been lovely talking to you. And before I go, any news about Viva? Do you have anything new that you can share with us?
I think we did very well this week at the
did you?
Canmaking, yes. Because
The Latin can.
Latin can, yes. At the Canmaking. And and I hope it was very nice to see some customers here.
Yes.
To get to know them, and I hope we are having good contact in the next
So you'll get more contacts from the show. So there's not anything in the pipeline at the moment that you're working on as a company. That's new.
Yes, we have a lot of new. Oh, yes, we want to try to have a new machine, like a balance pressed.
Yes.
So, we have a little bit new design making.
So please keep us informed and let us know.
Yes.
So, Keisha, thank you very much for talking to me. It's been really lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
And have a great trip back home.
Yeah.